Took a little while, but Ron Rivera is his time is up in Carolina. I think I'll say this. I think a lot of people saw this coming. I just think the agreement on the timing was off. But I do think that we all thought, his time was up. This season, I should say. Now, I gotta say this. In terms of McCaffrey, I feel bad for him. And some may not, some may say, what are you actually talking about? What are you smoking? Why are you feeling bad for him? And I'm glad you asked me that. I'm saying that because Christian McCaffrey is a stud. He is a running back. Running backs don't have long. When you have a good running back, appreciate it while it lasts. When you see teams that get great running backs, they ride them for as long as possible. They ride that thoroughbred for about 5, 6, if you're really blessed by the Lord on high, 7 years. That's it. Okay? Ron Rivera is out. Cam Newton, I believe he's gone. So it's going to be a whole new system next year. And that's really going to take out maybe 2 or 3 years from McCaffrey's from his career where he can be, where he can be a legit, threat, a great contender and a great help because, it's a whole new system. And, here's the thing. When you take away the DNA or take away the foundation, it's huge. Even if the foundation is mediocre or bad, it's still the foundation. It's still huge. You take away the foundation of a building, see what happens. Just see what happens. It will not be standing. So, Ron Rivera's out. The Panthers just got a new owner. 2018. So they're adjusting to new ownership. Cam Newton, he's out with injuries and stuff like that. This is it, man. You couldn't have told me that actually, I'll say this. You couldn't have told me that it would take this long to fire Ron Rivera. Let me say this. I kind of like Ron. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's a pretty decent coach. But, when your time comes up, it's up. You can't just be mediocre. Was he coach of the year twice? He was. Now, I will give him credit for his, his successes. He took the Panthers to the Super Bowl in what was that, 2015? But if you could sum up his 8-9 seasons in a couple words, I would say just meh. Just mediocre. Just whatever. Slightly memorable. Decent job. That's how I would describe Ron Rivera's tenure. I have a high school. I have a person that I went to high school with, and he's actually the only Panther fan that I know and that I've ever met. But yeah, Ron Rivera is out. Now I'm going to say this. I predicted after they lost to the Falcons 29-3, I thought that was it. I was like Ron Rivera. I honestly believed, I truly believed he was not going to leave the building as an employee. I thought he was done. When I saw the final score, I just said, Jesus. 29-3. I said, he's done. He's done. But that didn't happen. I understand you got Cam. I understand I understand you didn't have, Cam. But you can't lose. You can't lose to the Falcons stink. The Falcons suck. You can't just play against the Falcons and only get a field goal. This ain't soccer. Okay, this isn't some, other country where we, soccer's our main thing. It's not. This is football. You need touchdowns. And after you get the touchdown, you get the extra point that you kick through, the goal post. Or, you do the 2-point conversion. But, 29-3, I thought that was it. But that didn't happen. And so, the next day came and I said, okay, you know what? Maybe they're just going to, let him, maybe they're going to take away a little bit of the embarrassment and just do it the next day. Nope. Didn't happen. They didn't do it that week. And I was like, and I literally said this, I was like, if this doesn't get you fired, if that sorry, pathetic performance does not get you fired, man, I don't know what to tell you. It's the Panthers. It's a shame. But I mostly feel bad for Christian McCaffrey. I was talking to my friend about running backs. And I told him, I said, I'm going to go on a limb here. And I think it's kind of shaky, but I think it's kind of worth going out on. I said, I believe that within, I didn't give a certain amount of time. But I said, don't be surprised if one day running backs are not a thing anymore. Does that sound stupid? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But I think I do have a point. This is a passer's league. My friend was talking about, how kids these days, they don't want to be running backs anymore. Your body is destroyed by the time you get to the pros. It's absolutely donezo. Your skeleton, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, they are begging you to stop. You may be ignoring it and saying, you know what, I can go through the pain, I can deal with it. This is a man's game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Your body's still your body. Your body knows what it's made to do. It knows what it's made for. And, my friend was right that running backs, kids just don't want to be running backs anymore. It's just a huge toll on your body. You don't get that much time. Your knees, your back. It's just so many things. It can be glamorous for, a few years if you're really good. But that's very few. It's very few. Now, where are they going to go from here? Well, here's what I think is going to happen. I believe the Panthers, like many other teams, are going to start tanking this year and next year for Trevor Lawrence. Teams are drooling for Trevor Lawrence. I can't think of a quarterback that has just looked so good in college, mature, doesn't talk a lot, just plays, handsome. He has all of these intangibles, all these things that you cannot teach. He has them. I'm going to be honest, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots did it. Seriously. That's just how desirable this guy is. But that's where I think the Panthers are going. Is he worth it? Oh yeah. He's worth throwing a season for. He's worth throwing 2 seasons for. And I'm praying that Trevor Lawrence does not get taken by some bum team with no foreseeable future. Now, obviously, he's going to go to a bottom team. We know that. Yes, that's good water. We know he's going to go to a bottom team. But there are certain... See, here's the thing. You can be on the bottom. But sometimes things just happen where it's like, you know what? We had injuries, misfortune, just bad games, bad timing, new coaching, a new system. You have things like that. But then you have other teams that are just, garbage, and it's just like there's no use to you. I'm praying he doesn't go to one of those teams. But yeah, man, Ron Rivera's out. He is out. He had 3 winning seasons. Hey, man, I mean, about a decade. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I just didn't think it would take this long. I mean, when I saw the news, I felt a little bad for saying it, but I just said, finally. I look at it this way. And again, I don't have employees under me. One day I might, I don't know. But I look at it this way. If I see my employees consistently underperforming, and I say, okay, listen, this is the goal. This is what we're trying to be. All right, this is what we're trying to be at. All right. There are certain things that I'm gonna, I'll give to you. There are certain things where I'll be like, okay, you know what, I don't like this, but whatever. But there are certain losses like 29-3. I'm gonna say this. I would have called. I wouldn't care how late it was. I would have called. This might have happened. I would have called Ron Rivera into my office. I would have been sitting behind my desk, and I would have just had him just stand there for about 30 seconds as I just looked at him. Just made it really awkward. I would have looked at him and I said, you have, because you took us to a Super Bowl, I'm going to give you 60 seconds to explain to me why I should not fire you right now. That's what I would have done. That's just what I would have done. And after I heard his pitch, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'd be like, Ron, you can't lose to the Falcons. Listen. Teams, here's the thing. There's a saying in sports that says any given night. If you aren't familiar with that, that means on any night, with any team playing any team can win. No, I'm going to say this. These are professional ball players. This is what they do for a living. They are the best in the world at it. But there are certain teams where we're not going to lose to that badly. You're not going to win every game. It's not going to happen. You will eventually lose. But there are some losses where you just say, really? See, here's the thing. If they lost to the Falcons like 29-20, that's one thing. You can't play the Falcons and kick a field goal and say, well, that's all, folks. That's all we got for you. We don't have anything else for you. We did our best, and this is the best we could do. Do I think he'll get another job? Yes. I don't know where though. Do I think he could? Because let me say this. Here's who we know is out at the end of the season. Or I should say, we are pretty sure. Freddie Kitchens. Okay? Let me stop. You know what? Let me drink some water. By the way, you guys might be able to tell that I'm more relaxed right now. I am still under the weather. I'm about 80, 82, 85% there. Give me... I'll probably be back to normal by Monday. So, you know, I may do some sneezing, some coughing and stuff like that, but I'll hopefully try to be back to my best quality for you guys by Monday. Yeah, but you know, let me drink some water. Oh, bless the Lord. Okay. Oh my God, there's just nothing like water. Let me tell you something. If you don't drink water, or if you barely drink it, there is something seriously wrong with you, man. Water is just one of the greatest things ever. I don't know how people don't drink more of it. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna be the parent. The only time See, I think I'm going to be a fun dad. But when it comes to beverages, I'm going to be boring. I'm going to be like, kids, you're drinking water. You can hate me for that. But 90% of what you're going to be drinking in this house is water. Anyway, that was just a separate rant. But let me talk about Freddie Kitchens. He could use some water too. Help him lose that stomach. Freddie Kitchens, if he is not fired after this season, I mean, maybe if he's not fired, you know, at some point in this season, or at least by the end of the season, I don't know what, I don't know, I'm not even a Cleveland fan. But I root against Freddie Kitchens. And I don't even like rooting against people or teams like that. But Freddie Kitchens has to go. Had the nerve to wear a Pittsburgh started it t-shirt. Probably had it custom made. Extra large. Or he's not as big as Andy Reid. So maybe double XL. I mean that's bad leadership. Pittsburgh started it. Listen to me, Freddie. See, here listen. People don't understand loyalty really. People think loyalty is like, no matter what, I'm with you till the wheels fly off. That is stupid. Don't ever tell that to anybody. Don't ever be that loyal to anybody. Seriously, anybody. Except the only person you should be totally and 100% loyal to is Jesus Christ. That's it. Not your spouse, not your kids, nobody. There are certain things that you have to take responsibility for. Freddie Kitchens is not showing good leadership. He's not showing any leadership. My pillow that I'm looking at right now, my 3 pillows on my bed, my little itty bitty bed, they're showing more leadership than Freddie Kitchens. He is an abomination. He has to go. Now, Baker, I'm going to say this. Bad year. He's better than he looks this year. Okay, don't look at this year and just be like, yep, see, he sucks. Okay, he's not going to be an all-pro. He's not going to be anything like that. But he is better than what we're seeing. We do know this. And I do believe that. Personally, I like Baker. I like the attitude that he plays with. He plays with a certain edge. He's something that we've never seen before. I like it. But Freddie Kitchens, man, he has to go. So, could I see Ron Rivera going there? I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard because I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence and I know the NFL, they are on pins and needles when it comes to Trevor Lawrence. Like they're like on their hands and knees just staring at him, drooling, eyes completely dried out, just staring at him, waiting to see what he does, waiting for him to be eligible. The NFL is they're in a spot they haven't been in a long time. I can't think of a more desirable pick at least since. Let me think. Let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, would I say he's better than Andrew Luck? Yeah. I would. Oh man, this is difficult. I don't know. I'd have to go back, do some history before, I get ahead of myself. Alright? But I can say this. Trevor Lawrence, I believe, is the real deal. I really don't like saying that about players that are going to go into the draft one day, whether it's the NBA draft or the NFL draft. I hate saying that they're going to be the real deal. I rarely say it. Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, he's it. He's it. And I just, whoever gets him, man, I'm just praying he goes to a team with a future, not a team that's gonna take 4 or 5 years to just get it together and just be like, okay, are we ready? Are we good? Do we finally have it somewhat together? All right, Trevor, here's the keys to the clunker. So let's just see what happens. Happy trails, Ron Rivera. He's an NFL coach. He's not gonna, we're not gonna see him on Skid Row sitting there anytime soon. He's gonna be well off. He's gonna get another job, And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna see what happens. Okay. All right. So, drink a little more water here. I wonder if there's a water company that would sponsor me. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty great. Okay. Political correctness, man. We are in a time that we are slowly killing our language. We are. We are killing our dictionary. We're trying to shrink it. Listen, some words may make you feel uncomfortable. Some words may make you wince. Some may make you have negative feelings. Some may make you angry. Some may make you upset. But they are words, and they should be allowed to be said. Certain things should be allowed to be done. Just because you don't like it, and because you think it's mean or indecent, doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. There's a lot of political correctness on college campuses. Certain things you're kind of encouraged not to say. Just be like, don't say illegal immigrant. Just say, they don't even want you saying undocumented because what they don't want you to do, and I'm not picking on illegal immigrants here, but when it comes to illegal immigrants, they don't want you to even mention the fact that they're illegal. But they don't want you to do that because it's hard to have sympathy for a criminal. But they want you to, they'll try to use different words, just be like, oh, don't call them undocumented, don't call them illegal aliens, don't call them illegal immigrants, just call them, temporary, I heard one lady say, temporary citizens. I didn't say this out loud, but I said, what? But this PC culture it's just sickening. It's just sickening. We're too scared to make people feel uncomfortable. It's starting to terrify us. And here's the thing. It can be good to be uncomfortable. When you are uncomfortable, you grow. Imagine if you were always comfortable at every single point in your life. You would never grow. You would never develop. You wouldn't. Imagine if everything in your life was smooth sailing. You would never develop. You would never learn. You would never understand the power of choices. You would just think that life is just this smooth sailing, this nice 4D movie where nothing bad can happen. That's not the way it is. And now, well, let me say this. And also what happens is there are now things that we reach for. There are things we look at and we say, oh my God, look at that. Like, that was made so long ago. That's racist and stuff like that. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and this isn't the article that I'm going to go into. People ripped a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving because of one scene that you see maybe for 2 seconds. Franklin, the black kid in the Peanuts gang, he's at the ping pong table, eating the makeshift Thanksgiving dinner with Charlie Brown. You've seen it. That was seen as being politically incorrect and racist simply because Franklin was alone on one side of the table. see how stupid some of this stuff is? You have things like Baby It's Cold Outside. We have a whole new rendition because some people don't understand flirting from the 40s. I gotta be honest. I hate Baby It's Cold Outside. It makes me want to take the radio in the car, roll down the window, and throw it onto the freeway. But I understand they're flirting. I understand it. I get it. But no, let's change the song. Why? Because, well, this is Me Too, and he's taking advantage of her. And she says, "What's in this drink?" Which, if you don't know what that means, that was just a way of flirting in the 40s. It was to make conversation. It wasn't spiked. I mean, you just got some idiots. Just idiots. And now, I mean, this isn't new. Oh, but it's no less disgusting. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer bullying scenes blasted by viewers. You know what's sad? Do you realize that there are people who watch TV, or they watch shows, they watch Netflix, they watch Hulu, they watch movies, they watch whatever, and they sit down and they see something and that they find wrong or offensive to them, or something that they don't like, and because they have nothing better to do, they call out that specific thing. It's ridiculous. Like, really? And see, this is what this is the problem we have in society today. Our lives are so good. We are so blessed with what we have in this nation at this specific time period that we have. Our problems are so minuscule. We have to make stuff up. I mean, some people, their biggest source of anxiety is how many likes they get on a post. How many followers they get. How many comments they get. It's ridiculous. Like, if that is your biggest worry, seriously, if that is our biggest worry, that we are pretty doggone good. I mean, seriously. If you want to understand how blessed you really are, I encourage you to just read some history books. Just read books from different eras. I can't think of a book right now, but it's a book kind of like on the timeline of pretty much the beginning of man to pretty much now. And it kind of shows the problems that that people face in each era. And it shows you just how good we have it. You're worried about your number of followers? There are people today in the 21st century, December 4th, 2019, wondering, where am I going to get my next meal? Is this going to be the last time I eat? Am I going to get raped tonight? Is someone going to steal my shoes? Is someone going to kidnap my sisters? These are legitimate fears and worries that people have. And we are sitting here worried about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? That is insulting. That is insulting. That is downright disrespectful to just other people. in other countries. See, people would just come here and they'd be like, that's what you're worried about? They'd be so angry at us, they'd be like, this shows just how spoiled we are. We're looking at cartoons and nitpicking. There are some kids who they don't know what a cartoon is. They don't know what a TV is. They just want food. They want clean water. When was the last time you had to worry about clean water? When was the last time you had to worry about nice, warm sheets? When was the last time you had to worry about clothes? Clean clothes. Let's add on to that. We ought to just stop it, man. I mean, it's just disgusting how insulting this is. I don't even know if I want to read this article. It's probably not going to make me feel any better. It's probably going to make me feel worse. Today was a pretty decent day. Do I want to read it? No, I can't. I'm on the upswing. I can't read it. I'm going to let you guys read it. It's from popculture.tv. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, bullying scenes blasted by viewers. It's from December 2nd, 2019. We have to become stronger as individuals. Seriously. We are soft. Like, there are certain things I look at and I'm like, how are we getting this soft? I mean, I'm looking at us now. If we are this soft, what are our kids gonna be like? You guys realize we're getting to the point where you almost won't be able to make a cartoon? It's ridiculous. I remember joking with my friend Jonas about a SpongeBob episode where the fun episode of SpongeBob where Bubble Bass walks into the movie theater and he sits right on Plankton, and SpongeBob thinks he's talking to Plankton, but Bubble Bass just sits right on him, and SpongeBob's like, "Hey, Bubble Bass, you're sitting on my friend," and then Bubble Bass grinds on Plankton's entire body. And then SpongeBob reaches in and gets a handful of popcorn and just says, "Hey, Bubble Bass," and just chucks the popcorn. And I was like, Jonas, you realize there's someone out there that probably thinks that that's fat shaming? And we just busted up. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. We are nitpicking episodes and we're finding these issues in society where it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Part of me wants to read this. I can't do that. I can't do that. My health is just gonna. It's going up. I don't want to suffer a setback. So I'm just not. I'm not gonna get into that. Okay. Water. Hydrate. Yes. All right. Kamala Harris is out. We knew she'd be one of the next ones out. I don't think anyone is surprised that she's out. I gotta be honest, man. Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg, Andrew Yang, these guys, they are hanging on. When I first saw Andrew Yang, I said, "Oh no, I was like, nah, he's a guy who seems like he'd be kind of fun. But I was like, nah, he ain't gonna get too far. Pete, I said nope. Amy Klobuchar, I said no. When everything first started and you had me list everyone who would be out, the order that people would go out, the order that candidates would go out, it would be very different. You couldn't have told me Kamala Harris would be out before Pete. Personally, I thought she was going to wait because she qualified for the debate. That's in 2 weeks? A week and a half, 2 weeks? I was like, okay, this is going to happen. She's going to call it quits after that. She cited financial reasons for not continuing her campaign. What do I think is going to happen now? Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't care much for this election because I just firmly believe Trump is going to win. It's not because, here's the thing, I will say this. Do I want Trump to win? I do. I concede that. I totally concede that. I admit that. I want him to win. But I look at him, and I look at the other candidates, and I just look at what Democrats have been doing. And I'm saying people don't want to vote for you Democrats because you've just been annoying for so long now. I mean, this just feels like Trump's stuff has just felt, I mean, it's just been his first term. I mean, it's not even over yet, but it feels like forever, man. Like, it really does. It feels like it's been 6 years, man. But it hasn't. It's like, man, you do all of these things, just, the whole Russiagate thing. People, imagine this. Imagine someone accuses you of doing something that you did not do, and they keep accusing you of that thing, and things connected to that specific thing for 2.5 years, every single day, non-stop, with no evidence. And then when an investigation finally comes up and nothing is found, the people don't apologize to you. They search for something else. Trump, I personally believe that Trump is taking this stuff personally, which he should. That's just unbelievably annoying. You did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. No, I didn't. If you want to criticize me, you want to criticize my policies, go ahead. But when you say that I'm breaking the law and I'm doing something that I'm not doing, that's annoying. It's like this. If you see people, you've seen some people where they get accused of a small thing right then and there, they immediately get defensive and it's almost like they want to fight. Imagine that for 2.5 years from multiple news networks where most people, a lot of people just get their news from. And they hear that on a loop for 2.5 years that you did a crime that you did not commit. That's what hurts the Democrats. The Democrats weren't thinking. The Democrats, yes. The Democrats, I personally believe if they had a time machine and they could only go back to the time right when he was elected, they would not do Russia. They just wouldn't do that. What they would do, they would criticize him, criticize him, criticize him. They wouldn't say a thing about Russia. Because now what happens, the election came up and now everyone's just weak. All of these people are weak that are going against him. So Trump is going to win and the Democrats are going to look so embarrassed. And what will they be able to say? Oh, voter suppression. No, that's factually not true. Oh, it was rigged. No. Oh, someone else was meddling. You know what's going to be amazing? You know what's amazing? Trump, what's amazing? This isn't going to end. This is not going to end. See, there are some people who think that, oh, he's going to win. He's going to win again and it's going to be over. No. You realize the Democrats hate Trump. They cannot stand him. If he wins again, oh my God, they won't know what to do. They're going to try again with some other country and put the word gate behind that country. That's what's going to happen. He's going to win again and they're going to be like, how did he win? Well, it couldn't have been legally. It could not have been due to the fact that we just annoyed the public with these lies for 2.5 years about, Russia. And then, this thing with Ukraine where there's nothing. I mean, it's like my question to Democrats is like, are you looking at the future? Are you looking past Trump? Trump eventually, he's gonna get out of office. That's what the Democrats are missing. It's not about Trump. In this nation, you can be commander-in-chief for a maximum of 8 years. Maximum. At some point, you have to leave. You have to leave. He will leave. Elections are going to come up again. No one's going to want to vote for the Democrats because they're going to remember 2016, 2020, the Russiagate, Ukraine, all of that. That is what they are going to remember. And the Democrats just have to stop shooting themselves in the foot if they want to possibly win. Because here's the thing. I think the Democrats know that they lost the election. They know they don't have anyone strong enough. But I think what they're trying to do, they're just saying, okay, how do we not get blown out the water? How do we not look totally embarrassed? How does he not just wipe the floor with us? Because I gotta be honest here. I believe Trump's gonna win big. I do. I mean, it's gonna be big. I'm thinking at least 100 electoral votes. Maybe 150. You may say that sounds arrogant and cocky. But remember, most people are moderates. People, at the end of the day, they just want to do what they want to do. They want to do their own thing. They want to take care of their own selves. They want to take care of their own wives, their own husbands, their own children, their own houses. They want to buy their own milk, their own bread, their own cheese, their own bed sheets, and that's what they want to do. Most people just want to do their own thing. Most people aren't, Democrats or Republicans. They just do their own thing. So when it comes time to vote, people are just going to be saying, who's been, decent? who's just been the most, who's been decent, who's been pretty much leaving me alone, letting me do my own thing, letting me live my life where I can, we can just do our own thing. They're going to look to Republicans and say, okay, that's them. They're going to look to the Democrats and they're just going to look at, Russiagate, Ukraine, all of these things, PC culture, cancel culture, all of these things. And they're just going to be like, they're going to look back at Trump and they're going to be like, well, 4 more years of this guy is better than anyone they got. Trump's not going to win big because people love him. It's because the Democrats are just so bad right now. And they don't see that. Trump isn't fantastic. I don't know anyone who thinks that. But you look at the Democrats and it's like, my God, please, no. Just no. Now, I will say this. There are some that are better than others. Personally, if I had to choose between 2 Democrats, I would say Tulsi Gabbard or Andrew Yang. That's probably where I would go. If I could get what I want. Do I think they have a chance? No. Not in the end, no. But that's why Trump's going to win. It's not because he's loved. It's not because he's adored. It's not because people have huge paintings of him on their walls. It's because the Democrats, they're just that kid in class that was a snitch. And even when there was nothing to snitch on, he just a tattletale. Just annoying, just the kid no one liked. The kid everyone thought was annoying. Just like, dude, just shut up. We're not even doing anything. We're just chilling. We're just having fun. Come join us. The Democrats are that kid. That's who they are. And they don't realize that. And I'm just curious. Like, if I could write a letter to the Democratic Party, I would just be like, what is your plan for when Trump gets out? Because I don't believe they have one. They're throwing all these resources at nothing. It's sad. It's just sad. I mean, election night. No, I'll say this. I could be wrong. We could be wrong that Trump's going to win. Someone else could win. That's good water. But, it's rough. It's rough. We look at this and we'll say, you know what? Okay. I mean, election night. Do you remember? Have you ever seen the videos on YouTube of the night Trump won? All the compilations. The people just crying and just thinking, the world is like gonna end. Let me ask you guys this. Do you remember when Trump, do you remember there were people who thought the world was going to end if Trump got in? People thought he would just be the end of, he would be the end of everything. We are all still here. We're doing pretty doggone great. We're not in any concentration camps. Okay, we're not all about to die. People thought, oh my God, he's just gonna, push the nuclear football, just gonna push the go ahead button on that. Like, these people are just ignorant. Just ignorant. But, just, I don't want to say we're almost done. Because I'm telling you, Trump's gonna win again. Democrats are gonna find something else to look at. Just be like, okay, well, Russia didn't stick. Ukraine didn't stick. He won again. Does anybody have any ideas? And then they'll try something else. They're gonna keep trying. I mean, it's just, oh, God. I wish I could say that it'd be over, but it's not. It's not. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So that's pretty much it from me. I, hope you guys enjoyed this. By the way, I've never done this before. I do have a Patreon account. Patreon, Patreon, and you can find me there. Patreon.com/solo green, and you can help me there financially. And let me say this, just really quickly, I'm not going to be one of those people who says I don't do this for the money. Okay, I'm going to say this. I would love to do this professionally one day. I would love to do this for a living. I would love to just talk about topics, talk to different people from all sides of the aisle. I would love to do that. But it takes finances to do it. I need help. I can't do it on my own. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could financially support me. I appreciate it in advance. One of the other things you could do is, share this podcast. Just, get this out there. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for your support, and keep on staying tuned.